It's the three-part question, so I've already done the first part for you just to speed this video up. Hopefully you can see that in order to make triangle P become triangle Q, that's going to be a reflection in the line x equals 5. So my answer here is a reflection in the line x equals 5. You need both the reflection and the line x equals 5 to get both of those marks. Part B, we need to enlarge rectangle R by scale factor 3, centre 4, 0. So I first need to go to the centre, which is the coordinate here, 4, 0. So x is 4, y is 0. This coordinate here. I am now going to draw enlargement lines through each of these bottom corners, one here and one here. I could, if I wanted to, draw them through the corner here and the corner here as well if I wanted to. I don't think it's strictly necessary in this question, but you can. Anyway, this corner here, I can see that in the original diagram, it is 1 to the right and 1 up away from the centre. So if I make this 3 times bigger, instead of going 1 across and 1 up, I'm now going to go 3 across and 3 up. So this point will get enlarged to be here now. Similarly, this point here would get enlarged. So rather than being 1 to the left and 1 up, it's now going to be 3 to the left and 3 up. So that point there is going to be enlarged over there. And then if I was going to use the other ray lines, the enlargement line here, I could think that this point here was 1 to the right and 2 up. So I'm now going to go 3 to the right and 6 up, like that. But I already knew that from here to here it was going to be 3 squares there, because the original was 1 times by 3. So I already knew from this point here it was going to go up 3. So I didn't strictly necessarily need that line there. Anyway, it should be pretty easy to draw the rest of the shape in now. We already had those 2 points here. I know it's going to be 3 up. There we go. Okay, and the final part of this question said that shape S can be transformed to shape T by the translation, so that's a movement by this vector, followed by a rotation. Describe the rotation. So I first need to do the translation on this shape. So I'm not going to move it across at all. I'm just going to move it down 3 squares. So if I move this point down 3 squares, 1, 2, 3. This point here, 1, 2, 3. This point, 1, 2, 3. And draw this new shape in. So S is now here. And what rotation will make this become this? That's what the question is saying. So get yourself a piece of tracing paper. I'm going to draw the shape there. And now I just need to find a rotation that will allow this to become this. And I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere over there. It's not going to be something down here, because otherwise it's not going to be, this triangle's not going to be facing the same way. So in order for that point there to be pointing in this direction, the same way as this, the centre is going to have to be over here. I'm going to guess 0, 0 to begin with. So that's always a good starting point. And we can see that that actually works. The point 0, 0 is the centre that I can rotate, shape this triangle here around to get shape T. So I'm going to say rotation around 0, 0, or the origin. And I went 90 degrees, and that's going to be clockwise. You could say 270 degrees anti-clockwise, that would be the same thing. But it's important that you have the centre there and one of those 2 pieces of information.